4-2 Silly Goose, 6-19 Pink Lightning, 7 Pipes, 7-3 June's Addiction. Up on the jam line for Denver, we've got 181 Darth Skater. And he gets through the pack. Finishing out that list, we've got 789 Smushroom, 8008 Mr. G, and 88 Obliviate. We can only look at that. Yeah, we could also look over there. Like, you can see that? Oh, it worked. Okay. Darth Skater with lead jammer status and using that opportunity to get 4 points on the board and call it off. Sorry, you're doing Denver, I forgot. Nope, you're good. Up next on the gem line for Denver, we've got Sid Vicious wearing the star for Rockin City. 73. June's Addiction. Yeah, 72 Addiction, that's the one. And Denver's jammer gets through. June's Addiction getting ping-ponged in that thick pack, looking for an opening. But that tripod keeps reforming ahead. We're starting to see our skaters spread out a little bit. Sid Vicious getting recycled back here. And great offense from Denver, and Sid Vicious calls it off. Yeah. Good hairstyle. 728. 789. 128 Maddie. Maddieator wearing the star for Rock Stars. And for Denver, we've got 88 Track Mamba for our jammer. But we are going to take a team timeout. Track Mamba getting recycled to the back. It is Maddieator up ahead, but not out. He hit that tripod. Oh, shoving to the outside, but with a juke move, Maddieator gets through for lead. Track Mamba takes the panty off and gets through the pack. You can complete your initial pass without that star showing, but you cannot add points to the board. Maddieator calling after putting 3 in the sky. Unanswered, not unanswered by Denver, 1 on the board. And as you can hear from the crowd, number 1111, Jasminian Devils up on the jam line for Denver. Mr. G with a star for Rock Stars. Maddieator getting pushed out early. Mr. G. And Jasminian Devil gets through the pack. Oh, a juke move sends Mr. G through the pack for the initial. Oh, quick pass and Jasmine Devil calls the jam off. H is going to be your jammer for Rockstars for Jam 4. And on Denver, we've got 171 Hello Hitty. Both teams setting up on the pivot line to start here. And Hello Hitty gets through. Hello Hitty with lead, but H out ahead. Hitty says, no thank you. We're calling this one off. No points put on the board for either team. Yeah, Darth Skater. And ready to jam on Denver, we've got Darth Skater. H is back again for the Rockstars. And Darth Skater gets through. Some great defense from Denver here as they block H. Darth Skater gets through, with H right behind him. This is H's initial pass. And an explosive hit. We love to see it. Way to go, skaters. Way to show some resilience and camaraderie. That was an additional 3 on the board for Denver, 2 on the board for Denver there. On the jam line for Denver, we've got Sid Vicious. Mr. G for Rockstars. And both jammers going for the lines. Oh, Mr. G getting ping-ponged back and forth by Denver there. Sid Vicious having some hard time on the inside line here. And a cut track is going to send Mr. G to the penalty box. And Sid Vicious gets through, now starting a power jam for Denver. Some great offense from Denver here. Sid Vicious still having a bit of a hard time getting through. And she gets through. Rockstars are going to make sure that Sid had to hit every single blocker multiple times on the way out. Sid is going to get one more attempt to attack the pack before Mr. G gets back out there. And Sid gets through again, making her total score up to 12. Maybe. Yeah. Hopefully. Mr. G with the initial pass. And Sid gets through, calling the jam off with a total of 12 points.
I thought we were at 12 too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
12 nonetheless.
Mediator has the star for Rockstars.
I can see it. Catatonic. And for Denver, we've got Catatonic Bomb.
Rockstars are down with a pack disadvantage, but that does not slow Mediator down for lead.
And a lot of hitting and domino effect right here in the pack right now. And Catatonic Bomb gets out of the pack.
Our skaters are flying around the track. Mediator looking to overcome these blockers before Catatonic Bomb hits the pack.
And the jammers just keep getting recycled on these lines.
Oh, Mediator gets through, puts 4 points on the board, and calls. Denver had one additional point there at the last second. That's why you always skate through the whistle. Mr. G with the star for Rockstars track. Mamba for Denver. In the game, I promise they will put you to work. No pivot line started this time. We are all the way back at the jammer line. Mr. G out ahead and delighted about it. Black Mamba doing some footwork, but getting recycled by 73. She gets through. Despite a huge hit by Denver 23, Mr. G does toe that line on the inside with 4 points in the sky before calling it. For Denver, we've got Jasmanian Devil jamming. H with the star for the Rockstars. Jasmanian Devil out with lead after a really great hit by Pivot Painbow slows down Rockin City. And Dynamite Dog recycles number 1H, the Rockin City jammer back. Some great blocking from both teams here. Both the jammers are really having a hard time. We're stretching that pack out, and it is slowing down H, but H sails through for the initial pass on one skate. And Jasmanian Devil coming up to the pack. And Denver gets 5 points there for that jam. Jamming for Denver, we've got Hello Hitty. June's Addiction has the star for Rockin City. And we do love that positive cheering coming from our crowd for our skaters. Hello Hitty having to go all the way back as June's Addiction shoved to the outside by 29 for Denver. That was Hella Destroyer with a hella hard hit. And the Denver Jammer gets through. Hello Hitty making it through with Mr. G, with June's Addiction right behind her.
No, that's totally fine. You're doing great. A call off by that jammer puts 3 on the board.
Up on the jam line for Denver, we've got Darth Skater.
Mediator is your Rockin City jammer. And a pivot line start there is going to take these jammers all the way up to the front before the hitting begins. And they're both caught. Mediator up against that tripod.
And Darth Skater gets through the pack. Oh, and Darth Skater gets called for a forearm. It is a power jam for Rockstars.
Mediator is pushing, stringing those Denver blockers out. Looks to get on the outside with some toe stop work. Mediator is your lead jammer.
And I see a line of Rockstar blockers coming through to give some great offense to Mediator here. But some great blocking from Denver stops that. Yeah, and it is Darth Skater in the pack first after finishing that penalty as Madiator got slowed down.
A pile of skaters. New jam.
As that jam was called for injury, we will begin this as a new jam with new jammers. So we have Mr. G serving for Rockin City.
My mistake. It is Catatomic Bomb up on the jam line for Denver.
Gosh, and it looks like Mr. G almost made it through on the toe stops on the outside. And this time does, in fact, do that for lead.
Catatomic Bomb getting through as Mr. G gets through.
4 on the board for Rockin City and called. Saw a really big hit from blocker for Denver, Belladonna in there too. June's Addiction will be your Rockin City jammer.
We've got Sid Vicious for Denver as the jammer here. And a hit from June's Addiction at the start. Both jammers in a bit of a pickle. And Sid Vicious gets through. Not far behind is June's Addiction.
Rockin City's tripod did not slow down Sid Vicious. A juke move to the outside, got 4 points, and then that jam was called by Sid.
At the last second, a Rockin City blocker got called.
Good eye. We have a slight pack advantage here for Denver this go-round. And we've got H with the star for Rockin City.
And Jasminian Devil for Denver. Rockstar is getting to the front of the pack at the last second, but Jasminian Devil does not like that, and she gets through.
Quick work there by Jasminian Devil. H is still ping-ponging outside to inside.
And Jasminian Devil skates right through on the outside line. And H is getting...
That was Rainbow Bomber for Denver throwing a shoulder on H. H does get through for the initial. A last-minute cut track is going to send your Rockin City pivot to the penalty box. June's Addiction without the pivot for Rockin City. Track Mamba for Denver. Oh, both jammers are caught in the sad place, but it is Track Mamba out first, out fast and furious. As June runs into hips on hips on hips. Direction of play penalty is going to take one of those sets of hips out.
Track Mamba going right through the center. And Track Mamba not far behind June's Addiction. They both get out.
June's Addiction is going to keep eyes on Track Mamba. Oh, Track Mamba gets ahead though. Finds those points and touches those hips. That's 3 on the board for Denver.
On the jam line for Denver, we've got Hello Hitty.
Mr. G will wear the star for Rockin City Rockstars. Mr. G pushed to the inside, a couple of times. A no pack call does allow Mr. G to make some progress in the pack. Hello Hitty getting caught at the hips in the front of the pack, but she manages to get through and get the lead jammer position. And that no pack call did get Mr. G up ahead a little bit, but Mr. G still gonna hit every single Denver blocker on their way through their initial pass. Hello Hitty calling it at the front here. No points on the board for Rockin City this go round. Once again, we've got Darth Skater up on the jam line for Major Turbulence. And it's H for Rockin City. I hear some enthusiastic Star Wars chanting for Darth Skater here. Pivot line start for those blockers. Each skater's going to get a little speed as they hit the pack. Ooh, H was out ahead initially, and Darth Skater gets through, getting the lead jammer position. H with a gorgeous apex jump. A lot of hard hits here, but Darth Skater gets through. June's addiction is that Rockin City pivot that wanted that chase down and final hit to slow down Darth. 4 on the board for H. Darth Skater calls it off right before H gets through. Darth put 3 more points on the board there for Denver. Total of 7 on the jam for the team in white. A team timeout called by Rockstars. We've got Madiator wearing the star for Rockstars. Madiator pushing on a tripod in back. That's all it can be. We do still have a Denver blocker in the penalty box. Denver getting recycled to the back. Oh, Madiator was trying to keep those skates inside to not have to recycle, but it is not enough. Madiator sent to, excuse me, I'm lying. That is the pivot sent to the penalty box. And Catatonic Bomb gets through at the front of the pack. Denver doing some great blocking here. That was Cottonmouth. It looked like Madiator was gonna escape, and then Cottonmouth threw that hip. Both jammers stuck in the seam here. Catatonic Bomb was going for a wait and skate there, but was caught after that juke move. A Denver blocker going to the box. Recycle for Madiator, who is going to try again with this tripod. Here comes the pivot. Mr. G trying to open that tripod up. It looks like we've got a little space, and that does allow Madiator to get through for initial. And Catatonic Bomb calls it. Seven-point jam there for Catatonic Bomb.
What does your thing say? This thing. You need this too, because you're an announcer. Oh, very nice.
That's all mine says.
A couple.
And no call stands. And Rockin City is going to lose their official review for the rest of the period.
Up on the jam line.
Nope, you're off. Up on the jam line for Major Turbulence, we've got Sid Vicious. June's Addiction with the star for Rockstars, and June's Addiction is up ahead, and June is going to get a little help here, breaking up that 3-wall as a Denver blocker sent to the penalty box for a multiplayer penalty. Sid getting some offense here. but getting recycled by number 1 H, the pivot here in this jam.
Number 2-9 for Denver, Hella Destroyer, trying to slow down June's Addiction, but June's Addiction is out with 4 on the board for Rockstars.
Sid Vicious taking a big hit.
June avoiding that hip throw for 4 more on the board.
And Sid gets through the pack at the last second, getting her initial pass, but the jam gets called.
2 in the sky at the last minute there for the Rockstars, a total of a 10-point jam for Rockin City. Mr. G, your jammer for Rockstars, and for Major Turbulence, Jasmanian Devil. Pivot line start for all of our blockers. We're going to get a little speed as we hit the pack. Mr. G up ahead, but up against a tripod. It ain't over till it's over. Mr. G does get lead.
Jasmanian Devil having a bit of a hard time, but they get through. Wow, a great apex jump from Mr. G here, and they call it off.
H, your jammer for Rockstars.
And for Denver, Major Turbulence, we've got Hello Hitty. We love the enthusiasm from the crowd here.
Lots of movement before the whistle call.
Both jammers getting recycled back a bit.
Oh, that no pack call. Spread out those Rockstar blockers. That did get Hitty lead. Meanwhile,
Go for it.
Hitty's coming up. And a great hit at the arms, breaking that multiplayer and getting to the pack once again.
H is still struggling to get through and does get a penalty. That means it's going to be a power jam for Hello Hitty.
And she gets through. We've got some great offensive skills on both teams here. Denver trapping one of Rockin City's blockers and getting some offense from the front up there. And Hitty calls the jam.
I saw a dynamite dog there for Denver with some good offense. Now we've stranded H in the penalty box. Not a lot of time left on that penalty, but that is a power start for, as you might have heard, Darth Skater. Also one blocker down for the Rockstars.
And Darth Skater getting out at the front. Very speedy run at the outside line.
Yeah, we barely needed that offense there.
H is close behind though, and Darth Skater gets an awesome high apex jump.
Really cool.
Great footwork there.
H is screaming around the track after that initial.
Another attempted apex jump. Doesn't quite get it and calls off the jam.
H with a ton of speed at that last second. Wasn't quite enough to put points on the board. A nice strategic call there for Denver.
We've got Catatomic Bomb again on the gem line for Major Turbulence.
Mr. G.
And Denver is calling a team timeout there.
Let's get back to some gameplay.
It's not Catatomic Bomb.
Mr. G with the star for the Rockin City Rockstars.
new jammer for Denver is Sid Vicious. And Sid Vicious gets through the pack, gaining that lead jammer position and earning a power jam.
Mr. G is sent to the penalty box.
Sid getting right through that pack with some great offense from her team there. Getting caught at the seam. But she's pushing. And Sid gets through, juking H. A great run here for Denver.
We have Mr. G on the track.
And the jam gets called off.
No, end it. No, end it.
Uh-oh.
That's call the final.
The jammer for Denver is Track Mamba. And one of the Rockstars blockers makes a quick run for it.
Yeah, it is.
June's Addiction, wearing the star for Rockin City. June's Addiction caught up behind a tripod.
And Track Mamba gets right through there. June's Addiction right behind.
Oh, he was pushing to get through. Wow.
Track Mamba makes a great apex jump and calls it off there. We've seen some great apex jumps from Denver here. They've got some great footwork.
I feel like this has got to be part of their practice routine.
Definitely. We've got Jasminian Devil jamming for the Denver team here.
It's a showdown against H for Rockin City. Oh, and H finds the inside lane and gets a lead for the Rockstars.
Jasminian Devil pushing and trying to get some offense from her team here. And H calls it off. But Denver still gets 2 points. 3 points? 2 points.
Three. And it is halftime. Don't forget to check out those Reeser right there. I might have a favorite. All right, Madiator attacking that Denver tripod, gets one of the blockers out, but they do reform in front of her.
And Darth Skater gets through the pack at the front. And Madiator is getting recycled back. Darth Skater taking some hits at the hips, but getting through with a little spin move at the front of the pack.
Some juking and pushing is going to get Madiator through for initial. Ooh, a strong Rockstar 2.
And the Denver calls it off, getting 5 points on the board. Jamming next for Denver is Catatomic Bomb.
June's Addiction is your Rockstar jammer. Pivot line start and a false start call there. We've got June's Addiction up ahead, going around the rear end of Cottonmouth for a lead jammer.
Catatomic Bomb gets recycled back and then makes a cut on the, not a literal cut, gets by on the inside line.
Painbow, the pivot for Denver, was doing some fantastic offense there to help out. And some fast and fancy footwork by June's Addiction, up on tippy toes, getting points and calling it, but not before a point is added for Denver.
Jamming for Denver, we've got Sid Vicious up against Mr. G for Rockstars.
Sorry, I just like died for a second and forgot what I was doing. I was like, thank you. I need to hold it kind of zone out.
And Sid Vicious making a run for it on the inside line, getting that lead jammer position. Some great offense from Mr. G.
Oh, each time Mr. G hits a blocker and strings them out, they reappear, but finally Mr. G through.
Some great defense on Rockstar's part, blocking Sid Vicious.
A call off after 4 points on the board for Denver.
Jamming for Denver, we've got Hello Hitty again.
June's Addiction has got the star for the Rockstars.
Seems as both teams are starting up next to the pivot line, giving a big run up for the Jammers. And the pack's moving fast,
Off to the races.
but the Jammers are working for it. And June's Addiction takes a big hit, but gets right back up again and gets that lead jammer position. Hello Hitty is getting recycled, but is almost through. And Hello Hitty's through with a bit of a slide, but it's okay.
Oh, these skaters are skating so fast. June's Addiction was looking for that final showdown to put points on the board, which is exactly what happened. Hello Hitty still on initial.
Some great defense from Denver here, recycling June's Addiction back.
That was Painbow with that hit. Oh, June's Addiction is jumpy, happy, calling it off after 3 points on the board. A total of 7-point jam for Rockin City, 2 in the sky for Denver.
Now jamming for Denver, we've got Track Mamba.
Pack advantage here for Denver, and we have an official timeout. Okay, Mattiator up ahead. That is a tripod that doesn't want to move, trying to push out the outside.
Off to a rapid start. We've got Track Mamba getting through on that inside line, getting lead jammer. Both teams having some real quick feet here. We love the footwork.
Oh, Squirrel throwing some hits and then trying to maintain the pack.
Track Mamba gets through as Mattiator gets tracked back by Denver. Track Mamba gets right through on the outside line. Some great footwork. Mattiator right behind her. Some great offense from both teams here. And the jam gets called off.
Ending this jam, leaving Veruca Assault, the pivot for Denver, in the penalty box.
And on the jam line for Denver, we've got Jasmanian Devil
Going up against June's Addiction for the Rockstars.
Jasmanian Devil gets right through on that inside line.
Oh, side surfing by June's Addiction to whiff past Painbow there.
And both teams got 0, but that apex jump was impressive.
We liked it anyway. It looked very cool.
Up on the jam line for Denver, we've got Darth Skater.
Mr. G's got the star for Rockin City.
We love the cheering. And the Star Wars theme. Oh, a clump start here.
It's Mr. G out first and fast.
And Darth Skater right behind her. Coming up. Both jammers skating fast.
Oh, an apex jump by Mr. G, 4 points. That was H, the pivot, with a huge hit opening that lane.
And some great footwork getting through Darth Skater that last run through.
One on the board for Rockin City. It's been a long weekend. Total of 5-point jam for the Rockstars, 4 for Denver.
I thought there was a penalty. Did I miss a penalty? Do you know why the...
Taken long. And what is going on is a power start for Rockin City. We've got our jammer for Denver, Darth Skater in the penalty box, and June's Addiction with the star and on the track, hitting that tripod, 4-wall hard. Painbow the pivot, forcing the recycle on June's Addiction there.
A fast pack going through here. Some good offense, but everyone's moving so quick.
Painbow again with that last minute hit, but it is not enough to keep June's Addiction from getting lead. Another Denver skater sent to the penalty box, but we do have Darth back on the track, completing an initial. After a huge hit by, I think, Cottonmouth, June's Addiction calls after 3 more on the board for the Rockstars, unanswered by Denver.
And our jammer for Major Turbulence is going to be Sid Vicious again.
Mr. G with the star for the Rockstars.
Sid Vicious making an early lead, but getting caught by the blockers again.
Oh, really spectacular bridging by Rockstars there. Trying to keep the blockers in play. It is not enough.
Sid Vicious getting through the pack. And Mr. G getting through. Sid Vicious getting a smooth pack right through there.
An out-of-play block will send one of those Denver blockers to the penalty box. There are only 2 Denver blockers on the track. That's going to give 4 points to Mr. G.
And Sid Vicious gets through the front of the pack again. A very tight jam. Some great offense from Rockstars there.
4 more on the board for Rockstars.
So sorry.
And Sid Vicious getting through again, right before calling it off.
Sometimes my brain is just like, we're not thinking what's happening here.
That was a 12-point jam for Denver and an 8-point jam for Rockin City.
H is your Rockin City jammer this jam.
Up against Jasminian Devil on Major Turbulence.
Both teams at full strength here. We got everybody out of the penalty box, and that means it is a crowded field.
And Jasminian Devil gets through the pack, getting that lead jammer position as Painbow gets in front and blocks. Great blocking from the 2 blockers up front there.
Oh yeah, H is getting zipped back and forth has to crawl around almost to make it past.
And Jasminian Devil gets through again, getting 4 points, and calls it off. We told you that there wasn't an after party. Now we're telling you that there is an after party still, but it is going to be at Sean O'Donnell's American Grill and Irish Pub. We deserve to celebrate after this game. It is an all-ages venue. On the jam line for Denver, we've got Catatonic Bomb. The team switching positions in the pack here. June's Addiction does have the star for Rockin City. And June's Addiction getting through. June looked pretty excited about making it through that jump intact. Catatonic Bomb having a hard time with these great blockers here. Both jammers getting stuck at the seam. Gosh, that two wall by Denver is dug in, and June has to dig in a toe stop to spin around. The pivot for Denver. Rainbow Bomber with a last-minute hit, but we do put 4 points on the board for Rockstars. Catatonic Bomb getting through that initial pass as Rockin City's pivot gets called. Don't know what penalty, but they're going to be down one blocker. And June's Addiction calls off the jam after a total of 6 on the board. Lost and found at ticketing. Make sure you check for any missing keys, shirts you may have bought, stickers that you might have. All of those goodies are at Lost and Found where you were ticketed. We got the cheering from Denver, but we've got Hello Kitty on the jam line for Denver, showing down against Madiator, and Hello Kitty gets lead. Oh, the outside lane opened up briefly for Madiator, but then that tripod was there. Rockin City blocker is just laying out Hello Kitty, but it's not enough to slow her down. Madiator getting stuck at the seam here. We've got some great defense. Oh, Maddie gets through for 4 on the board. Hello Kitty. Wait, I misannounced that. 4 on the board for Hello Kitty, not Maddie. And Hello Kitty calls the jam off with the score for that jam coming from 8-1. 8 for Denver, 1 for the Rockstars. Madiator slipped a point in there at the very end. When the teams change their jersey color day to day, then I get a little confused. Apologies for that misannouncement. But I will announce a new jammer for Rockin City. Just kidding. It's June's Addiction again. And we've got Track Mamba up against June's Addiction for Denver. And Track Mamba gets through on the outside, getting that lead jammer position. June's Addiction getting stuck, but recycled by Denver's Rainbow Bomber. Track Mamba getting through on the outside, then juking to the inside, and June's Addiction is not far behind. June on initial. We have seen Track Mamba up on those toe stops, jetting around the outside many times. Denver got a total of 6 points for that jam there. And up on the jam line for Denver, we've got Darth Skater. Mr. G's got the star for the Rockstars. Jam line start for our blockers here. We're going to take things nice and slow. Both jammers getting stuck at the seams here, having some trouble getting through. But Darth Skater gets through at the top of the jam. A cut track penalty is assessed on Mr. G. We have a power jam now for Darth Skater. Denver is going to have to pull out some great offense to help out Darth Skater. Oh, that 2-wall doesn't want to move, pushing Darth Skater to the inside. Darth Skater calls the jam, which means that there will be a power start for Denver this next jam. Who will get the power start? It's Catatonic Bomb.
Uh-huh. Mr. G still warming up that penalty box seat.
We've got some cheering for Catatonic Bomb here. Very excited for that power start.
Rainbow Bomber lying in wait to provide a little extra offense at the end.
Denver forcing a no pack. Mr. G coming back up and getting through. Not before Catatonic Bomb gets through.
Pivot June's Addiction sent to the penalty box.
Catatonic Bomb calls the jam, getting 2 points, and Rockin City did not get any points that jam. Very strategic call off there. We've got Rockin City's Rockstars pivot in the box there, but both jammers will be starting with us. Up on the jam line for Denver, we've got Sid Vicious, and for Rockin City Rockstars, we've got H. Tracking them back, but Denver says no, I'm not doing it. A very similar play happened in a game against Cherry City with Denver.
I've seen this.
Both of them said no.
I've seen this before.
They want to get their pivot out so they can have another blocker against that other jammer, but they're not doing it.
I see smiles on those jammers' faces.
Oh, and H looking for that toe stop work. Both jammers out quick. It is, but Denver gets the lead.
I like it when I see smiles. Sid Vicious said, I don't want this show down. We're calling it early. No points on the board for either.
And their pivot is back in the box. I wonder what will happen now.
Cracking me up right now.
Mr. G with the star for the Rockstars against Darth Skater. Mr. G out first this time. Darth Skater having a hard time, but getting a topple.
Forearm call is sending 23 for Denver to the penalty box, and the jam is called off. 4 in the sky for the Rockstars.
The pivot's still in the box, but standing. We've got one blocker down for Denver. We've got 3 blockers, both teams, and a jammer.
Rolling up to the line is H for the Rockstars. Hello, Hitty is your Denver jammer. I'm starting to get loopy. Oh, some last-minute motion there from Rockin City trying to create an early open lane for H.
Hello Hitty getting through at the front, getting that lead jammer position.
H sent to the penalty box, so not only does Hello Hitty have lead, they have the power jam.
73 attempting to do some defense, but Hello Hitty gets through.
Oh yeah, that pivot is June's Addiction. We've seen a lot of really good defense from June's Addiction here.
And Hello Hitty calls the jam off with the Rockin City Rockstars jammer in the box. Power start for Denver here. And jamming, we've got...
Seems to be so.
Jasminian Devil. The blockers are ready to play some offense here. Jasminian Devil gets through on that inside line, but the Rockstars reform around her in the front here. Jasminian Devil gets through on the outside line.
Revolver for Rockin City trying to find that last-minute chase down. Both of our jammers hitting the pack at the same time.
And H gets recycled, trying to follow Jasminian Devil through, but does not succeed.
Spectacular toe stop work, staying in bounds for Jazz.
And H gets through right before Jasminian Devil gets through as well. And the jam is called with the score being 7 for Denver and 0 for Rockstars.
Pink Panther for Rockin City with that last-minute hit that goes down, which means there was no recycle there.
We've got Track Mamba jamming for Denver here.
Mr. G for the Rockstars. Empty penalty box. We got 10 skaters out there in this 19th jam of the game. '20th jam of the game, and Mr. G is pushing up ahead, but there are still blockers in the way. Mr. G called for a lead,
Track Mamba out. Track Mamba having a hard time getting through the pack there, but they pass the panty to their pivot, and so the jammer for Denver is now Painbow. Painbow running up to the pack. It's going fast.
Mr. G on a single skate to get through on the inside 4 on the board for Rockin City.
Painbow gets through the pack. The Denver blockers do some great defense, and the jam gets called by Mr. G.
In all, Mr. G put 6 points on the board for the Rockstars, 4 for Denver, and we have a team timeout. And with the star for Rockin City and a total of 10 skaters out on the track. No one is in the naughty bin.
And Darth Skater getting out at the front of the pack there. June's Addiction having a hard time. That seam is strong.
Oh, Darth Skater up against a ferocious 4-wall, getting some offensive help, but we are slowing Darth down. That tripod from Denver is also giving June's Addiction a hard time.
Darth Skater gets to the front as 42 gets called. June's Addiction passes the panty and H goes. Darth Skater calls the jam, not wanting H to get any points on the board. Denver pulled out 8 points for that jam.
Two Rockin City blockers in the box. Pack advantage here for Denver. 128 Madiator with the star for Rockin City.
And jamming for Denver, we've got Catatomic Bomb.
Hips thrown by Rockin City's 88, that is
Track Mamba.
No, Obliviate.
Wrong 88.
But we don't slow down Catatomic Bomb. Catatomic Bomb does have a lead. Oh, hitting 88 again, hitting Obliviate again, but through.
And Catatomic Bomb gets through on that inside line. Gladiators getting stuck in the seam.
Multiplayer call is going to send a skater to the box.
There was a star pass.
Jamie Hendricks. Yeah, Jamie Hendricks has not worn the star yet this game.
Almost get through, but Painbow, Denver's pivot, does some great recycling there.
Oh, that Rockin City tripod 4-wall is unstoppable. We are at a dead crawl here as Wicked Butterfly, just kidding. We're going to make new names here. Makes it through on the outside, only to get out at the last minute by Painbow.
Wicked Butterfly. Oh, I see what the program was. 277, 227.
A great jam for both teams there. Denver pulled out 12 points.
And that was a Wicked Butterfly with the star at the end there. Those numbers are similar, so that is where the misannouncement came from. Apologies. Sid Vicious and H are going to toe the jammer line for the 23rd jam, the second period. 3 minutes left on the clock. Jammer on jammer defense, though. H looking for the recycle.
Sid Vicious getting through on that inside line for Denver. And H gets hit at the last second. Denver's got some great defensive skills here.
Oh, we are spinning out around all of those Denver blockers, though, and H is through for initial as
Sid Vicious gets through the front and calls the jam. Denver pulled out 4 points there, calling it right before H could get to the pack. On the jam line for Denver, we've got Jasmanian Devil
going up against Mr. G. It's the coordinated cheering for me. I love it.
And Jazz gets through at the front of the pack with a quick toe stop on the inside line, getting that lead jammer position.
I think that was Squirrel looking for that chase down there. Didn't quite achieve it. But does catch Jazz this time around. We are caught up behind the toe stops.
And Jasmanian Devil gets out with Mr. G close behind. Both jammers speeding to the pack there. And Jasmanian Devil calls it, getting 3 points, making sure that Rockstars can't pull any points there.
H has got your star and is your Rockin' City jammer.
And Hello Hitty is jamming for Major Turbulence.
Lead was called for H, but both jammers out super quick.
Hello Hitty really close behind, and H calls it before Hello Hitty can get any points. Oh, never mind, they got 2 points.
Nice apex jump there by H, just a little too slow on the timing to prevent points being added for Denver, but that looked pretty.
The score is 87-221. Denver is in the lead. And as you can probably hear, Darth Skater is jamming for Denver.
We love the cheering for one more jam, and that's Mr. G jamming for Rockin'. Now our period clock is about to expire, but our jam clock still has plenty of time left.
This is the last jam, so make some noise. Darth Skater calls the jam. That is the end of the game. Thank you so much, folks, for coming.